mask that she has. I'm gonna attempt, we'll see how well this goes, I'm gonna attempt to do the version where she has the really red eyes after Sebastian fights her. Here's a picture. That's what I'm shooting for. It's not gonna look exactly like that, but I figured I can try to get close. But that one basically covers her entire face. So, only her mouth is open and the tip of her nose. So we'd be going like through here. So, yeah. We're gonna cover this entire thing. We're gonna extend it outward just a little. So, here we go. Alright. I've only experimented with making masks once at a panel at Yamacon. So I'm going to try to apply that here. Keyword, try. So we'll see how well this goes. First, I want to trace out my mask. Like, I'm not going to trace it out completely on this. I just want dimension-wise about how wide it'll be. Because this foam piece is going to be what determines where all I'm going to put the cosplay flex. So I'm going to extend this to here. And this is a face cast. I did a live stream on how to do this. Or y'all can look up other tutorials if y'all want to learn. I'll link that live stream right here. If y'all want to learn how to do that. That should be hopefully good enough. Alright, I'm going to move that out of the way. This is my general mapping. We'll fix it later. So, it doesn't matter what color craft foam you got. Just start marking out the mask. I'm trying to see how hers go, because this is going to be the general area of it. My marker is already dying. Go figure, huh? Alright, I'm just going to connect the dots here. Alright, it's a straight line through here to the nose. Okay. We got half of it. So I'm going to fold it in half. Like so. And then I'm going to cut around it. I am going to give it some seam allowance. And then I'm going to hold it up to my face and see how well this is going to fit. And we're folding it in half because we can cut both pieces at the same time. That way it's more even on both sides as long as you keep it folded. Okay. There is our mask. Now I'm going to put it on my face. I think this is actually the perfect size. Go figure. The top of the forehead's a little big, I personally think. I mean, hold on, let me look at her picture. It won't let me zoom in, which is insane. I'll have to, obviously. Alright, I need to trim the forehead just a tad. So I'm going to fold it again, because it's a little too tall. Alright, let's try that. Alright, it's still a little too big. And we're just going to keep cutting small pieces at a time. We don't want to cut too much at once. Make sure it's completely even here. Because you want it to be as symmetrical as you can possibly get it. Alright. I think this is good. Because it's also going to bend too, so you got to count that in consideration. Okay. Alright. I traced the mask onto this, the cosplay flex. I had lost the word for a second. And this is the shape that it turned into. It shows my nose. And I just changed it to her original one. Because for me, I think that would be easier. Alright, so now we're going to, I gave it about ½ inch of seam allowance. You need to do that because we're going to be heat forming it over the mask. So now we're going to cut it out. Alright, now we we want to cut a little hole for the eyes. Well, we can't. We gotta wait till it's a little more malleable. I mean, we could try. Let me mark where the eyes are. Let me see if I can cut it. And we're just gonna do a little circle so it's not that big. Alright. We're gonna cut a little slit here. Yeah, just leave it. Okay. Now we're gonna heat this over our mask. I'm gonna use my heat gun. Alright, it's not fully heated up yet, but it's pretty close. We gotta be careful because we'll burn the foam piece. Alright, it ain't malleable yet still, so I'm gonna keep heating at it. Now we're gonna heat it up again. I'm just gonna seal it off a little bit. Try to flatten everything so it stays intact. Alright, now we're going to heat it up just a little. Let it cool for a second. Alright, and press it to your face. You want to make sure this is not dangerous to where it's going to hurt. You don't want it to hurt. Alright, this is what I'm doing. Y'all know y'all can't see me. But you're just putting it, you want to put it at the top of your forehead, let it loose around the nose, and press in on the bridge of your nose, and push towards all of the edges that you can get to. And just hold it until it fully hardens, till it cools basically, which it might take a good minute before it cools down. It's one thing about cosplay flicks, it does stay warm for a good long minute. And that's what mine turned into. That's the shape of my face. Yay! See, you already got a mask. Now you could just go ahead and add the mesh and leave it that way, but we're going to take it a step farther. Or at least attempt to. Speaking of the mesh, you need to go get it. This you can pick up at Joann's. That's where I got it from. Now for this, we're going to hot glue it to the inside because it's got to go right where the eyes are. Let me plug in my hot glue gun. I'm going to cut out a little square, and I should be able to hot glue it right into the eye socket. I'm going to cut 2 of them, which that should fit too. Yeah, always check and make sure it's going to fit, which it is. I don't know what this stuff is called, but it has the perfect effect for what we need. Because she has this mesh type stuff in her eyes. Alright, while we wait for that to heat up, we also got these. And this is what I'm going to add after we add the eyes. It's lights. I got them off of Amazon. They're Carling battery operated Christmas lights. And there's like 50 of them. I've never tried this before, but I'm curious to see how this is gonna work. I mean, I would have just poked holes and stuff, but I'm thinking about just hot gluing it straight to the mask and then plastering around it possibly. I just need to make sure I leave plenty of room for it to go in my bun. Which, that one needs to be marked there. Because I want it to loop behind my ear into the bun. So I'm actually going to mark there so I know where to put it. Alright, my hot glue gun is ready. Let's add this mesh in. Now this is going to get very hot, just to warn you, and messy. Alright, now I'm going to do an outer layer of hot glue just to seal it in. Yay, we got one eye done. And that's what it'll look like. Ooh, this is going to be crazy. Alright. Now let's move on to the other one. I need a stick here shortly. So I'm going to go ahead and pull one out and get it ready. I'm just tapping lightly because I don't want to accidentally burn myself. I think this is the stuff they put underneath floor mats for the bathroom and stuff. I think that's what this is. Now I'm going to let that dry before we flip it over. This is turning out so cool. Look at it. I'm so excited. It's turning out exactly how I envisioned. Now I'm just curious how the heck we're going to do these lights. Oh, that's going to be the next big tester. Oh, I ain't even put my glasses on to do this. Oh, they're on my face. Well, and our eyes aren't even, so if you don't get the eyes exactly even, that's fine. Because our eyes, I noticed on the mask, are nowhere near even. Glue is dry, so we can start attaching the lights. And I'm just going to attach them with hot glue. I went ahead and added this lace to it with hot glue. I'm letting this dangle down because she has some dangling down on the side. Now we're going to go over it with the bigger stuff, I'm thinking. And then we're going to let it droop down on the other side. And this is what it looks like as of right now. Or you can have the flashing option. But yeah, hot glue is working. Yay for half button. Woohoo! Oh man. So I just literally lay the lace and just poke the lights through. I even cover the eyes because we just go back later and trim that. Push it all down. Give yourself some seam allowance. Flip it over to the back. Just tuck that in there. Alright, this up here looks good, so I'm not going to cut it, but we need to cut through here. If you hear a bag rustling, that's Aries' cat. She's here with me. Hi. She's a little tired. You can haphazardly cut because you can just trim it later. Now you just pull it all in hot glue. That is it. And since this, obviously hot glue is very hot and can burn you, where did my stick go? So I'm laying it, then I'm pressing it with a popsicle stick, kind of like what we did with the coat, to help it go down, so we don't burn ourselves. And then I go back and tap it when it's a little more dry. Then just do it all the way around. And voila! I turned it on, but I kind of lost the batteries. But this is what it looks like. It's so wicked. But yeah, there you have it. Myra's mask. Pretty simple. Bunch of hot glue and you're good to go. And all we have to do is use Prozade to put it on our face. And that's it. I'll see y'all next time. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Happy cosplaying!